All right. And now this, look, have I not said denying evolution is Jewish, guys? If you deny evolution because you think Genesis is real, it's Jewish. That's why PragerU and Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro and all of the MEGA Christian Zionist Judeo-Christian right is all promoting and boosting this guy right now. Like they do James True as well.
If you even with a watch, right? You take a part away, you add a part, I think the system stops working.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, why the hostility?
Dude, it's like 30, 40 years ago, Richard Dawkins wrote The Blind Watchmaker to explain that. And this pseudoscientist, Christian apologist is on here still doing the watch analogy.
Incredible. It's so dumb. And they do the video game one now. Have you heard the video game one?
No, like simulation.
Not streaming. Yeah, so they basically say, like, have you ever played the video game Civilization? Have you ever played it? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's like a game where you like play through the ages. So you play through the Stone Age, and then you play through the Bronze Age and the Iron Age, and then you get to the Medieval Age and the Pre-Modern Age, and then you go to space, and it's like you play through civilizations like a turn-based game. And in that game, you can, when you set up the planet, you can determine like how old the world is. So they're saying that that's how God would have created the world, because you can create the world old. In the same way you can create a world in a video game. I see this analogy almost every day at this point. It's fucking retarded. It's the new version of the watch analogy.
I've heard Christians say that before too. Like it's an old world, but it's only it was created 6,000 years ago. It was created old already. It's like
created old. That's what they're talking about. Yeah.
Do you even hear yourself? Prefrontal cortex just right off.
Idea that there's some kind of creative force. There seems to be this, deep disinterest in exploring, that there's some kind of creative force here.
Well, right? I don't think there's that much hostility to the idea of a creative force, more to the idea of a creative intelligence.
Well, okay, so yes.
And again,
right, because evolution is a creative force in a way. Random mutations, if something gives you a benefit of procreating and passing on the genes, that spreads more of that gene.
It doesn't have to be the Christian.
Thank you for correcting that.
That does.
Well, the creative force would put you more in a pantheistic frame where, maybe people wouldn't be quite so hostile to that. But we are, the underlying ideology that has really governed modern science since the late 19th century is one of materialism. There's a materialistic worldview that many scientists have in a sense bolted onto science and said that science equals materialism, or more precisely, there's been a convention that's arisen that says if you're going to explain something scientifically, you must explain it by reference to matter and energy, natural processes. No creative intelligence is allowed as a possible feature in your explanation.
So that itself is a kind of faith system we're talking about. Right?
It's a presupposition. It's become a kind of normative convention within science, and it reflects an underlying commitment to not just a methodological convention, but to a metaphysical commitment in materialism. And so now, and that's where I think my late friend Michael Ruse's insight comes in, is that if evolutionary theory, if a neo-Darwinian or some other materialistic evolutionary theory is being challenged, many people will sense in that a challenge not just to the science that they hold, but also to the deeper worldview commitments or metaphysical commitments that they have. And like all of us, if our deep metaphysical or religious beliefs are being challenged, we can easily respond emotionally or less than objectively. And so I think the debate gets very hot, and I think less so in the last 5 or 10 years. I think there's a lot more acceptance that, first of all, neo-Darwinism is not an adequate evolutionary theory. We need a new one if we're going to operate within the framework of materialistic evolution.
Dude, only people saying that are Christians, dude. Stop bullshitting.
But an increasing number of scientists are now aligning with our work on intelligent design. They're using it to make new discoveries. They think it's a useful framework.
That's not happening.
Yeah, like Christian influencers and MAGA or MEGA podcasters.
And there's a compelling how things got here.
Okay, guys, now I want the E-Crusaders to perk up and pay attention. PragerU, Dennis Prager, big Zionist, Shabos, Kestenbaum, huge Zionist, all boosting Stephen C. Meyer and intelligent design, because they want you to believe in God. They want you to be a good Shabos, Goy, Noahide, Abrahamic, believing in Hashem, not evolution. Do you get that? It's Jewish propaganda to promote intelligent design and to deny evolution. That's why they're promoting it. Get it through your
The impetus
heads.
has been really
Yeah, they're not promoting
challenging
atheism,
Darwinian
guys.
evolution.
Yeah.
It's leading to new discoveries.
Or
The
paganism.
information DNA points to a kind of master programmer for life.
Have you seen a shift in the scientific community in any way?
The new atheism didn't really engage the strongest arguments. They massively overplayed their hand. Hawking's own work
Wrong.
in every way pointed to a creation event.
What would you say then directly to the late Stephen Hawking? Where do you think his theory of everything went wrong?
Okay, let's just watch his intro is what we're going to watch here.
Everything.
Hold on, real quick. They always do this. They act like
across
Stephen
the
Hawking
country.
dying
And
is
welcome
proof
back
that
to
evolution is
Real
real.
Joint
I've seen it
Today.
ever since he died. It's so stupid.
Oh, look, he's shilling. They're promoting the same movie that you tweeted about, the Zionist
Yeah, what's her
network.
name? I can't think of her name right now. Chen. Lauren.
Tenet Media.
Tenet Media. Lauren Chen.
Lauren Chen. Yeah, Lauren Chen was promoting the same documentary about intelligent design.
Oh, interesting.
Intelligent design is Yahweh smuggling, by the way. That's coded Yahweh promotion. Yeah, Lauren
Yeah.
Chen.
Intelligent design is like a secular, safe way of saying Abrahamism, guys. That's what that
Right.
is. When you hear intelligent design, think Genesis, think Abrahamism. There's
Yep.
no difference at all. There's no Buddhist creationist. There's no Shinto creationist. There's no Native American creationist that we're talking about here. When they say intelligent design, they mean Christianity, they mean Judaism, they mean Islam.
Genesis. They mean Genesis.
Yeah,
They mean
Genesis.
Adam and Eve. So this same production company too puts out like Zionist propaganda movies.
We are joined today by Professor Stephen Meyer. Professor Meyer is the founder of the Center for Science and Culture of the Discovery Institute, DI, author of the
Discovery Institute. Discovery Institute is the Christian Zionist fake science front that Professor Dave's always talking about. I thought he was involved with them.
They're also
the
involved
total
with the Ark.
yeah,
The
the
Ark
Ark
stuff
too. Yeah. This is Zionist disinfo network. That's what this is, guys. Okay?
I
Denying
guarantee
evolution is Zionist in nature.
I guarantee you, Israeli intelligence services and their like technology and the way they do so many things are done for these companies or with these companies, guaranteed. If we looked into this,
hypothesis and has a brand new film, The Story of Everything, which hits
which
theaters
makes sense, by the way.
April
That's a good
30th
strat
across
by
this
them.
country. The Story of Everything, I had the chance to watch it last night, is a fantastic documentary adaptation of Professor Meyer's Return of the God Hypothesis, which is the, of course, 2021 bestseller. It sparked a widespread discussion in both scientific and cultural circles. It helped reintroduce the intelligent design debate, which we're going to discuss in a moment, to mainstream audiences. And again, take it from me, the film explores whether modern discoveries in things like cosmology, physics, chemistry, and molecular biology point to a purely undirected evolutionary process or to evidence of intelligent design. It engages science directly rather than arguing from theology. And as I said, I watched it last night.
Bullshit.
I cannot recommend it enough. So Professor Meyer, thank you so much for being with us today.
It's just awfully nice to be with you. Thank you for having me on.
So, Professor, as I mentioned, the film is based on your book, Return of the God Hypothesis, and I'm just curious.
Return of Yahweh, by the way, guys, because he's a Christian. Get straight. Maybe he's Jewish. I don't know. Mayor.
What was the impetus for writing the book?
Either way, it's Yahweh.
And why make this film now? I'm also just curious how involved you were in the creative process of making the film. You're more of an academic, less of a Hollywood director, but I guess I'm just curious what that process was like for you.
Well, thanks for asking. The impetus has been really 40 years of work. I became intrigued with the idea that there may be evidence not only for intelligent design, but for a designing intelligence with the attribute.
40 years he's been doing this too. It's not like he was probably raised Christian, became a Christian, and then was like, oh, I'm going to be a scientist so I can try to prove God is real. And that's what he's been doing for 40 years. It's not like he was just some scientist that when he really looked into it non-biasedly thought, oh, God must be real. Of course not. Never is. All right, I've seen enough.
It says he grew up very nominal Catholic, and dude, I just did like a quick search between the Jewish news networks and organizations and like that, and his name. I just did a cross search. I got 16,000 hits for the, and not on something I'm using on Claude. So he's like involved. Aish. The Forward, he's involved with some Forward project. He's involved with Bible for the People, and it's something based out of Israel. Dude, this is Israeli stuff that's going on with this guy. Oh, this whole network. We got to look more into this. I don't want to say like, oh, for sure he's like working for Mossad or anything like that, but there's something going on weird here for sure. Very interesting.
I wonder who funds the Discovery Institute.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look more into this when I get a chance, maybe tonight.
I'm searching it, yeah. Private donations, 501c3. Does not publicly disclose most of its donors. Okay.